Hello there, and welcome. I am very glad you found your way here tonight. Maybe the day has been long. Maybe your thoughts are still placing blocks, opening chests, sorting items, or walking down a tunnel that seems to keep going just a little farther into the dark. Wherever you are, and however you arrived here, you can let the world become softer now. You do not need to finish the roof. You do not need to find diamonds before morning. You do not need to fight the dragon, light another portal, or remember where you left that one shulker box. Tonight, the torches are placed, the bed is safe, and the rain can fall gently outside. Tonight, we are going to drift through 2 hours of Minecraft facts to sleep to. Not rushed facts. Not loud facts, not the kind of facts that feel like a test, a speedrun or a checklist. These will be calm facts, spoken slowly, like footsteps across grass blocks after sunset. We will wander through the overworld, the nether and the end. We will talk about blocks, tools, mobs, redstone, villagers, structures, biomes, enchanting, farming, mining, and the strange little details that make Minecraft feel almost endless. Some facts will be familiar, some may feel like old memories, some may be quietly surprising. All of them can pass by gently. Before we begin, if this quiet journey helps you rest, you can leave a like so another tired builder might find it too. And if you feel like commenting, tell me where you are watching from tonight. It is comforting to imagine many small rooms, many low lights, many soft blankets, and many little Minecraft worlds all waiting patiently in the dark. Now, breathe in. And breathe out. Let the inventory close. Let the crafting table rest. Let the furnace glow low and orange. Let the square moon rise. And let us begin at the first quiet truth of Minecraft. Minecraft is a world made mostly of blocks, but the blocks are more than scenery. They are matter, memory and possibility. A dirt block can become farmland, a log can become planks. Planks can become a crafting table, a door, a chest, a boat, a fence, a roof, or the first little house that keeps the night outside. Stone can become tools, furnaces, bricks, walls, stairs and castles. Sand can become glass, clay can become bricks, copper can become a roof that slowly changes colour. The world is not only something to look at, it is something to rearrange. Most of Minecraft's ordinary world is built on a grid, and that grid is part of the calm magic. The rules are simple enough to understand by touch. A block goes here, another block goes beside it. Remove one, place one, climb one, dig one. Yet from that simple grammar come villages, towers, farms, machines, mines, maps, sculptures, castles, and tiny starter huts with one torch over the door. Minecraft's depth begins with the comfort of one block fitting neatly beside another. Survival mode begins with almost nothing, and that emptiness is part of its beauty. A new world opens, and the first tasks are ordinary. Punch a tree, gather logs, make planks, make a crafting table, make sticks, make tools, find stone, make better tools, look for food, watch the sun. Before the first night, Minecraft teaches that safety is built from small decisions. A shelter does not need to be beautiful at first. It only needs to keep you alive. Creative mode changes the feeling completely. In creative, blocks can be placed freely, flight is available, and survival pressure fades away. The same world becomes a canvas. A mountain can be hollowed out, a palace can be placed in the clouds, an ocean can become a glass tunnel, and a village can be redesigned without worrying about hunger or creepers. This is one of Minecraft's greatest strengths. It can be survival, architecture, engineering, art, exploration, or a quiet place to build with no deadline at all. The day and night cycle is one of Minecraft's oldest rhythms. Daylight brings visibility, farming, travel, and a little confidence. Night brings danger, with hostile mobs appearing in dark places. Beds let the night pass when all nearby conditions are safe enough, and sleeping also sets a spawn point in many modes. That simple cycle gives Minecraft a heartbeat. Work while the sun is high. Hurry home at dusk. Sleep when the room is safe. Wake to morning and begin again. The first night is famous because it changes the meaning of darkness. During the day, the world may seem peaceful. Trees, grass, animals, flowers, rivers, and hills. Then the sun lowers, and suddenly the same landscape belongs to zombies, skeletons, spiders, creepers, and other threats. A dirt hut with a torch can feel like a fortress. The first night teaches that comfort in Minecraft is not given automatically. It is crafted. Torches are among the most important early items. A torch does not only help the eyes, it claims a little circle of safety. A cave with no torches is only darkness. A cave with torches becomes a path, a memory, and a promise that you can find your way back. Many builders mark tunnels with torches on one side so they can follow them home later. Light becomes language. Coal is one of the first ores many builders search for because it makes torches and fuels furnaces. Charcoal can also be made by smelting logs, which means wood can become a substitute for coal in early survival. This is a gentle backup hidden in the system. If the cave has not offered coal yet, the forest can still give fire. Minecraft often works this way. There is usually more than one path to the next small comfort. The crafting table is the first great expansion of possibility. The inventory crafting grid is small, but the crafting table opens a larger grid and therefore many more recipes. It is only a block of wood with a patterned top, yet it changes the world. Almost every base has one. Many builders carry one into caves. Some leave crafting tables scattered through old projects, like little wooden fossils of past work. The furnace is another early companion. It turns raw food into cooked food, sand into glass, cobblestone into smooth stone, raw ores into ingots, and clay into bricks. Later, smokers and blast furnaces specialise some of that work, cooking food or smelting ores faster. But the ordinary furnace remains iconic because it is the first block that feels warm. A furnace glowing in a starter house makes the house feel inhabited. A bed is practical, but it is also emotional. Woolen planks become a place to sleep and return. A bed can skip night in the overworld, set a respawn point, and make a house feel like a home instead of only a shelter. But beds are dangerous in the Nether and the End, where trying to sleep causes an explosion. That fact is both funny and serious. Some places in Minecraft do not accept ordinary rest. The overworld is the starting dimension, and it contains most of the familiar landscapes: plains, forests, deserts, oceans, mountains, swamps, jungles, caves, rivers, snowfields, villages, temples, mineshafts, strongholds, ancient cities, trial chambers, and more. It is the dimension of weather, farming, animals, sunlight, and home building. Even after travelling to the Nether and the End, most builders return to the overworld because it feels like the centre of ordinary life. The Nether is reached through a portal made from obsidian and lit with fire. It is a dangerous dimension of lava seas, netherrack, basalt, soul sand, warped forests, crimson forests, fortresses, bastions, piglins, ghasts, blazes, magma cubes, hoglins, striders, and ancient debris. Travel in the Nether can be useful because distances correspond differently between dimensions, But the Nether is never truly calm. Even the air seems hostile, red, smoky and hot. The End is the dimension of the Ender Dragon. Obsidian pillars, End crystals, Endermen, chorus plants, End cities, shulkers and the Void. It feels emptier than the Overworld and stranger than the Nether. The main island holds the dragon fight, while outer islands contain End cities and ships where Elytra can be found. The End's emptiness is part of its identity. It is not lush, loud or full of villages. It is a pale, floating silence with danger at its edges. The Ender Dragon is the final boss-like goal of a standard survival journey, though Minecraft does not force a single ending. The dragon circles the main End Island, heals from End crystals, and must be defeated to open the return gateway and progress toward outer islands. When the dragon falls, a poem can appear, and the traveller returns to the overworld. But Minecraft does not truly end. The world remains. The base remains. The farms, mines and unfinished builds remain. The credits are a pause, not a final wall. The Wither is an optional boss summoned by placing soul sand or soul soil with 3 wither skeleton skulls in the proper shape. It is dangerous, explosive and mobile, and defeating it drops a nether star used to craft a beacon. Unlike the Ender Dragon, the Wither is built by hand. That makes the fight feel different. The danger does not wait in another dimension. It is assembled by your own hands. Beacons are crafted from glass, obsidian, and a nether star, then powered by mineral block pyramids. They send a beam into the sky and grant effects in an area when properly built. A beacon is both useful and symbolic. It says the Wither has been defeated. It says enough iron, gold, emerald, diamond or netherite blocks have been gathered to build a base of power. It turns victory into light. The Warden is not meant to be a normal boss, even though it is extremely powerful. It appears in the deep dark when Skulk Shriekers are triggered enough times, and it hunts mostly through vibration and smell rather than sight. The safest way to deal with the Warden is often not to fight at all. This is a rare and important Minecraft lesson. Some dangers are not invitations to attack, some are warnings to be quiet. The deep dark biome is found far underground, often beneath mountainous terrain, and is filled with skulk blocks, skulk sensors, skulk shriekers, and a heavy, uneasy silence. Ancient cities can generate there, with vast structures, wall paths, loot chests and echo shards. The deep dark changed the feeling of caves by adding stealth and sound as major concerns. A footstep can matter. A block placed carelessly can matter. Silence becomes a tool. Skulk sensors detect vibrations and emit redstone signals, making them useful outside the deep dark as well. A sensor can hear footsteps, block interactions, projectiles, and other vibrations depending on the situation. This turns sound into redstone information. Minecraft often transforms natural ideas into building systems. Light affects mobs. Water moves items. Sound can trigger machines. Redstone is Minecraft's great logic material. Redstone dust can carry signals in components such as levers, buttons, pressure plates, repeaters, comparators, pistons, observers, dispensers, droppers, hoppers, target blocks, and skulk sensors can form machines. Redstone can be as simple as a doorbell or as complex as a calculator, farm, elevator, sorting system or hidden staircase. It is electricity, logic and magic all at once. Pistons push blocks, and sticky pistons can pull many blocks back. This simple movement created an enormous world of hidden doors, flying machines, farms, traps and contraptions. A piston makes the block grid feel alive. Walls can open, floors can shift, machines can breathe. Redstone builders often begin with a lever and one piston, then end up building doors that vanish into stone. Observers detect certain block updates and emit a pulse. They are central to many compact machines, farms, flying machines, and automatic systems. The observer's face is memorable, a little watching block that turns change into signal. In Minecraft, even a block can notice when another block changes. That is the kind of fact that makes the world feel quietly awake. Hoppers move items between containers and can collect dropped items. Combined with chests, furnaces, droppers, comparators and water streams, hoppers make sorting and automation possible. A hopper is not glamorous, but it is one of the most important blocks for long-term bases. It lets items travel without hands. Farms become smoother. Furnaces refill. Chests organise. The base begins to work while you are elsewhere. Minecarts and rails are older transportation systems, but they remain charming. Powered rails move carts forward. Detector rails sense carts. Activator rails trigger certain behaviours. Minecarts can carry travellers, chests, hoppers, furnaces in Java Edition, TNT, and mobs. A railway through a mountain or nether tunnel feels like infrastructure. You are not only surviving the world, you are connecting it. Boats are simple, but their usefulness is enormous. They travel over water, can carry mobs, and in many versions can help move villagers, animals, and other creatures across land awkwardly but effectively. Boats with chests, added in the Wild Update era, let exploration across water carry extra storage. A boat is one of Minecraft's calmest items. Push off from shore, and the world begins sliding by. Elytra are found in end ships in the outer end islands, and they allow gliding flight when equipped. Firework rockets can boost Elytra flight, turning gliding into long-distance travel. Elytra change the scale of a world. Mountains become launch points. Bases can be connected by air. The world that once had to be walked block by block becomes a landscape to skim over in the clouds. Shulker shells are dropped by shulkers in end cities and can be crafted into shulker boxes. A shulker box keeps its contents when broken, making it one of the most important storage items in the game. It is a portable chest, but it feels more magical than that. Once shulker boxes enter a world, long journeys and large builds become easier. The inventory gains rooms inside rooms. Ender chests create personal storage accessible from any other ender chest, with contents tied to one adventurer. Combining ender chests with shulker boxes creates a powerful travel system, many boxes inside one personal chest, reachable wherever Silk Touch and Obsidian allow. Minecraft storage evolves from one wooden chest in a dirt house to a whole portable warehouse hidden in purple particles. Silk Touch is an enchantment that lets certain blocks drop themselves instead of their usual drops. With Silk Touch, glass can be recovered, ore blocks can be moved, grass blocks can be collected, ice can be harvested, and ender chests can be picked up properly. It changes the relationship to blocks. Without it, some things break into pieces or vanish. With it, the block keeps its identity. Fortune is another famous enchantment, increasing drops from certain blocks such as ores and crops, depending on the item. Fortune on a pickaxe can make diamond, coal, redstone, lapis, emerald, copper, and other resource gathering more rewarding. Silk Touch preserves. Fortune multiplies. Those two enchantments represent two different philosophies of mining: keep the block as it is, or ask it to give more. Enchanting uses experience levels, lapis lazuli, bookshelves. and an enchanting table to add powers to tools, weapons, armour and books. The enchanting table's glyphs and floating book make it feel mysterious, even when the mechanics are familiar. Enchantments can improve durability, damage, protection, mining speed, underwater movement, bow power, trident behaviour, and many other things. Tools become personal through enchantments. Anvils allow enchanted books to be applied, items to be repaired, and names to be changed. Naming an item is a small but powerful act. A sword becomes not only a sword, but your sword. A pickaxe can carry a joke, a memory, or a promise. Anvils also take damage over time and eventually break, which makes them feel heavy and mortal in their own blocky way. Mending is a treasure enchantment that uses experience orbs to repair equipped or held items with the enchantment. It cannot be obtained from a normal enchanting table in the same ordinary way as many other enchantments, and is commonly found through villagers, fishing, loot, or other treasure sources depending on version. Mending changed long-term gear because beloved tools could be maintained almost indefinitely with care. Unbreaking increases item durability by giving users a chance not to consume durability. Combined with mending, it makes tools last far longer. This is why a well-enchanted pickaxe can feel like a long-term companion. It digs thousands of blocks, repairs from experience, and stays in the hotbar through projects, caves and journeys. In Minecraft, tools can gather history. Netherite gear is upgraded from diamond gear using netherite ingots and smithing templates in modern versions. Ancient debris is found in the nether and smelted into netherite scrap, which combines with gold to make netherite ingots. Netherite items are durable, strong, and resistant to burning in fire or lava as item drops. The upgrade path makes netherite feel like a deep nether achievement, rather than a simple ore tier. Smithing templates are used for armour trims and netherite upgrades in modern Minecraft. Armour trims let builders decorate armour with different patterns and materials without changing the armour's protective stats. This is a lovely fact because it separates identity from power. Two travellers can wear the same armour tier and look completely different. Style becomes a kind of exploration reward. Archaeology arrived with trails and tales, bringing suspicious sand and suspicious gravel that can be brushed to reveal items. Pottery sherds can be found and used to decorate pots with patterns. Archaeology is a quiet system because it asks for care instead of speed. Mine too quickly, and the fragile block may break without giving its treasure. Brush slowly, and the past appears grain by grain. Sniffers also arrived with trails and tales after winning a mob vote. They are ancient passive mobs hatched from eggs found through archaeology in Warm Ocean ruins. Once grown, sniffers can sniff out ancient seeds such as torchflower seeds and pitcher pods. Their role is gentle and strange. They do not fight for you. They remember plants the modern world has almost forgotten. Camels were added in Trails and Tales as rideable desert animals that can carry two riders and perform a dash. Their height can help keep riders out of reach of some shorter hostile mobs. Camels sit, stand, wander, and bring a slower desert warmth to villagers. They are practical, but they also make desert travel feel more social. Two people can ride together across sand. Cherry groves were added in Trails and Tales, bringing cherry trees, pink petals, and a soft mountain biome filled with drifting colour. Cherry wood added a pink building set, and the biome quickly became beloved because it feels peaceful. Minecraft has many forests, but cherry groves feel especially suited to quiet bases, bridges, and hillside homes. Sometimes one biome changes the emotional palette of a whole world. Bamboo wood also became a full wood set in Trails and Tales, and bamboo can be crafted into blocks and planks. Bamboo grows quickly and is useful for scaffolding, fuel, building and pandas. With a full building set, bamboo became more than a utility plant. It became architecture. Minecraft often expands a material's identity over time. A plant that once helped build temporarily can become the building itself. The chiseled bookshelf is a redstone interactive storage block for books, written books, enchanted books, and book and quill items. It can also output signals based on interaction, making it useful for hidden doors and secret library mechanisms. A bookshelf that remembers which slot was touched is one of the coziest redstone ideas. Knowledge becomes a switch. Trial chambers arrived with tricky trials. They are underground structures made with copper and tough blocks, containing trial spawners, vaults, traps, rooms, and combat challenges. Trial chambers are meant to be replayable in a way many older structures are not. The trial spawner can reward adventurers after a combat challenge, and vaults can give loot to different adventurers using trial keys. The structure feels like a dungeon built for testing. The Breeze is a hostile mob found in trial chambers. It uses wind-based attacks that can knock entities around and interact with certain blocks such as buttons, levers and trapdoors. The Breeze is nimble and has a playful, evasive combat style. It brings air as an enemy behaviour. In a world where many mobs bite, shoot or explode, the Breeze pushes. The mace was introduced with tricky trials as a heavy weapon connected to the Breeze and trial chamber loot. In modern versions, it is crafted with a Breeze rod and a heavy core. It can deal powerful smash attacks after falling, with damage connected to the height of the fall in its special attack behaviour. The mace makes vertical movement part of combat in a dramatic way. Falling, which is usually danger, can become force when timed correctly. The Bogged is a skeleton variant associated with swamps and trial chambers. It shoots poison arrows, making it more dangerous than an ordinary skeleton in certain situations. Its mossy, overgrown look connects it to wet environments. Minecraft often revisits familiar mobs through biome variants. The skeleton in a swamp should not feel exactly like a skeleton in a desert, and the Bogged helps that difference become visible. The Pale Garden is an eerie forest biome introduced through the Garden Awakens drop. It contains pale oak trees, hanging moss, pale moss, resin-related blocks, and the creaking. The biome is quiet and desaturated, with an uneasy mood that feels different from ordinary dark forests. It is not terrifying in the same way as the deep dark. It is stranger and more watchful, like a forest holding its breath. The creaking is tied to the creaking heart block. At night, the creaking can move when not being watched, while direct attacks against it are not the normal way to defeat it. To stop the threat, the creaking heart must be found and destroyed. This makes the encounter feel like a little puzzle of attention. The danger is not only the creature in front of you, but the hidden heart somewhere in the pale wood. Copper has grown into one of Minecraft's most expressive building materials. It oxidizes over time, changing from orange to green through stages unless waxed with honeycomb. Copper can be cut, shaped and used in decorative blocks, lightning rods, spyglasses, brushes, and more depending on version. Oxidation makes copper feel alive with time. A roof built today may look different after many days of weather. Lightning rods attract lightning strikes in an area and can help protect flammable builds from random lightning fires. They also emit redstone signals when struck. Copper therefore links weather, building safety, and redstone. A storm becomes not only danger, but information. Lightning can be caught, guided, and heard through a circuit. The spyglass is crafted with copper ingots and an amethyst shard, allowing distant sights to be viewed more closely. It is a simple item, but it changes the feeling of exploration. A mountain ridge, village, ruined portal, shipwreck, or distant tree line can be inspected from far away. The spyglass turns curiosity into a tool. Amethyst geodes generate underground and contain budding amethyst, amethyst blocks, calcite, and smooth basalt. Budding amethyst grows clusters over time, and those clusters can be harvested for shards. Amethyst makes caves feel magical because it has sound as much as colour. Walking on amethyst and breaking clusters creates soft chimes, as if the cave is made of bells. Lush caves were part of the caves and cliffs era, adding moss, azalea, glowberries, cave vines, spore blossoms, dripe leaves, clay pools, and axolotls. They transformed underground exploration by making some caves feel alive and green, instead of only stone and ore. A lush cave can feel like a hidden garden under the world, full of soft light and hanging vines. Dripstone caves brought pointed dripstone and dripstone blocks. Pointed dripstone can form stalactites and stalagmites, can drip liquids under certain conditions, and can be dangerous when fallen onto or fallen from. Cauldrons under dripping stalactites can slowly fill with water or lava when properly set up. This gives caves a slow patience. Drop by drop, a cauldron fills. Caves and cliffs also changed mountains and terrain generation, creating taller peaks, deeper caves, aquifers, and more varied underground spaces. The world became more vertical and dramatic. Mountains could rise into snowy ridges, frozen peaks, jagged cliffs, and meadow slopes. Caves could open into enormous chambers. Minecraft's underground stopped feeling like narrow tunnels alone, and became vast enough to be breathtaking. Goats live in mountain biomes and can ram creatures, sending them flying. Some goats can scream, creating a rarer sound variant. Goat horns can drop when goats ram certain blocks, and different horn sounds exist. This gives mountains a lively danger. A peaceful cliff can suddenly become a place where a goat decides physics should happen to someone else. Axolotls are aquatic mobs found in lush caves. They can help fight underwater hostile mobs and can play dead to recover health during combat. They come in several colours, with one especially rare blue variant. Axolotls made underground water feel friendlier and more alive. A cave pool can become a little aquarium of brave amphibians. Frogs arrived with the wild update, along with tadpoles and froglights. Frogs can eat small slimes, producing slime balls, and they can eat small magma cubes, producing froglights. Different frog variants produce different frog-like colours. Tadpoles can grow into different frog variants depending on the temperature of the biome where they mature. This is one of Minecraft's sweetest ecological systems, childhood environment shaping adult form. Mangrove swamps arrived with the wild update, bringing mangrove trees, roots, propagules, mud, mud bricks, packed mud, and muddy mangrove roots. Mangrove trees grow from propagules and can stand in water with tangled roots. Mud can be made by using a water bottle on dirt, and it can be dried into clay through dripstone mechanics. The swamp became more than water and trees, it became a full building palette. Allays also arrived with the wild update. They can pick up matching dropped items and bring them back to a nearby adventurer, or to note blocks they are connected with. They are not storage chests, and they do not duplicate items, but they are helpful item gatherers. Their small blue shape and musical behaviour make them feel gentle. In a world full of hostile night sounds, an allay is like a little helpful melody. Villagers are generated settlements with beds, job site blocks, bells, cats, iron golems, farms and villagers with professions. Villagers can trade, sleep, gossip, work, breed under the right conditions, and respond to raids. A village is one of the clearest signs that the world has society before anyone arrives. Finding one can feel like discovering warmth, doors, paths, crops, and lamps in the middle of an unknown landscape. Villager professions are tied to job site blocks. A lectern can make a librarian, a composter can make a farmer, a blast furnace can make an armourer, a smithing table can make a toolsmith, and many others connect work to place. This is a wonderfully blocky idea of occupation. A villager's work is not just a title, it is anchored to a block they visit. Trading with villagers can provide food, tools, armour, maps, enchanted books, blocks, arrows, and many other goods. Librarians are especially valued because they can sell enchanted books, including powerful treasure or utility enchantments, depending on version and trade behaviour. Villager trading gives emeralds a purpose beyond being pretty green gems. Emeralds become conversation. Iron golems protect villages and can also be created with iron blocks and a carved pumpkin in the proper shape. They are large, slow and strong, attacking hostile mobs that threaten villagers. An iron golem walking through a village at dawn is one of Minecraft's quiet guardian images. It does not speak, it simply patrols. Raids can happen when someone with bad omen enters a village in many versions, though recent systems changed how ominous effects and raid triggering work. Raiders include pillagers, vindicators, evokers, witches, ravagers and vexers depending on wave and difficulty. Raids turn a village into a defended space. Bells ring, villagers hide, golems fight, and the settlement becomes a battlefield. Pillager outposts generate with pillagers and a tall tower structure. They can be dangerous early, but they also provide loot and a source of crossbows, banners and raid-related mechanics. A pillager outpost on the horizon changes the feeling of a peaceful biome. It says the world has organised hostility, not only random monsters. Woodland mansions are large, rare structures found in dark forests. They contain illagers, rooms, loot, and unusual architecture. Finding one often requires exploration maps from cartographer villagers. A mansion can feel like a haunted house hidden deep in the woods, too large for comfort and full of rooms that seem to belong to a strange culture. Ocean monuments are underwater structures guarded by guardians and elder guardians. They are made of prismarine blocks and contain sponge rooms in some cases. Elder guardians can inflict mining fatigue, making block breaking difficult. This turns the monument into a place that resists being taken apart. To conquer it, builders often prepare water-breathing, night vision, doors or blocks, conduits or careful routes. Conduits are built with the heart of the sea and nautilus shells, then activated with prismarine-like blocks in a proper structure. They grant underwater benefits nearby, including improved vision, breathing, and mining speed under the right conditions, and can damage hostile mobs in range. A conduit makes the ocean feel habitable. It is like placing a little underwater sun. Shipwrecks generate in oceans and beaches, containing loot chests with supplies, maps, food, treasure, and materials. Buried treasure maps can lead to chests hidden under sand or gravel, often containing a heart of the sea. Shipwrecks are quiet stories without words. A broken hull in shallow water suggests a journey that ended before yours began. Strongholds generate underground and contain libraries, corridors, fountains, silverfish, and end portal rooms. Eyes of Ender can guide travellers toward strongholds, though they may break when thrown. The end portal requires eyes to fill empty frames before it opens. A stronghold feels like old architecture buried under ordinary terrain. Beneath a village, mountain, ocean or forest, a route to the end may be waiting. Mineshafts are underground structures with wooden supports, rails, minecarts with chests, cave spider spawners, and long corridors. They make the underground feel used and abandoned. A natural cave says the earth opened. A mineshaft says someone worked here before. Rails disappearing into darkness are one of Minecraft's oldest quiet mysteries. Dungeons are small underground rooms with a monster spawner and chests. They can spawn zombies, skeletons, or spiders depending on the spawner. The mossy cobblestone and cage-like spawner make dungeons feel like little pockets of danger. They are also useful for experience farms, because the spawner can keep producing mobs under the right conditions. Monster spawners cannot be obtained in ordinary survival, but they can be disabled with light in many cases or used for farms. This makes them unusual blocks, valuable, dangerous, and fixed in place. You cannot bring the spawner home easily. Instead, you build around it. Sometimes the world decides where a machine will be. Mob farms use spawning rules, water streams, fall damage, nearby presence, light levels, and other mechanics to gather drops and experience. They can be simple or very complex. A dark room with water channels is one kind of farm. A carefully designed Enderman farm is another. Minecraft lets survival slowly become engineering. The night that once frightened you can eventually become a source of resources. Crop farming begins simply with wheat seeds, water and tilled dirt. Farmland stays hydrated when water is nearby, and crops grow over time with enough light. Wheat can feed animals and make bread. Carrots, potatoes, beetroot, pumpkins, melons, sugarcane, bamboo, cactus, cocoa beans, netherwort, and many other plants create different farms. Farming is Minecraft's peaceful counterpart to mining, slow, patient and domestic. Bone meal speeds growth for many plants and is made from bones or bone blocks. Skeletons therefore become part of farming. The enemy that shoots arrows at night can help grow wheat in the morning. Minecraft often turns danger into usefulness after it is understood. Bones become meal. Rotten flesh can be traded or fed to wolves in some cases. Gunpowder becomes rockets. String becomes bows and wool. Animals can be bred with specific foods. Cows and sheep like wheat. Pigs like carrots, potatoes or beetroot. Chickens like seeds. Wolves can be tamed with bones. Cats can be tamed with fish. Horses can be tamed by riding and can be equipped with saddles, while horse armour can protect them in Java and Bedrock with some item differences. Animal care gives the world warmth. A fenced field near a base can feel like morning. Bees live in bee nests and beehives, pollinate flowers and produce honey. Honey bottles can be collected with glass bottles and honeycombs with shears, though campfires can calm bees during harvesting. Honey blocks stick to entities and interact with redstone movement, while honeycomb can wax copper. Bees connect farming, building, redstone, and copper aging. A tiny mob becomes part of many systems. Wolves can be tamed and become loyal companions that follow and help in combat. Modern updates added wolf variants and wolf armour, making them more varied and protectable. A tamed wolf sitting by a bed or doorway is one of Minecraft's simplest comforts. It may be made of blocks and code, but it feels like company. Cats can be tamed in villages and swamp huts, and they scare away creepers and phantoms. They also may bring gifts after sleep. Cats turn a base into a softer place and provide practical protection from some of Minecraft's most irritating threats. A cat on a chest may block access, but it also makes the room feel lived in. Phantoms spawn when sleep has been neglected for several in-game days, swooping from the sky at night. They are a reminder that sleep matters. Minecraft makes rest practical not only by skipping night, but by preventing these airborne threats. For a sleep story, phantoms are almost too perfect. creatures that arrive when rest has been neglected. Tonight, we will not invite them. Creepers are one of Minecraft's most iconic hostile mobs. They approach quietly and explode after a hiss, damaging living things and blocks. Their danger is not only damage, it is surprise and destruction. A creeper can turn a careful wall into a crater, yet creepers also drop gunpowder, which becomes TNT, fireworks, and splash potion ingredients. The creature that destroys builds can help power Elytra flight through rockets. Skeletons shoot arrows from a distance and burn in sunlight, unless protected by shade, water, helmets, or other conditions. Zombies attack directly, and can call more zombies in some versions and difficulties. Spiders climb walls and are neutral in bright daylight unless already hostile. Endermen pick up certain blocks, teleport, and become hostile when looked at directly. Each common mob teaches a different kind of caution. Endermen are especially strange because their hostility is tied to looking. If you stare at their face, they notice. They teleport, open their jaws, and attack. Water hurts them, and they avoid it. Ender pearls dropped by Endermen allow teleportation when thrown, at the cost of damage in many cases. Those pearls later become part of Eyes of Ender. A frightening mob becomes a path to the end. Blazes spawn in nether fortresses and drop blaze rods, which can be crafted into blaze powder. Blaze powder fuels brewing stands and helps craft Eyes of Ender. This makes blazes a key progression mob. To reach the end, a traveller must usually enter the nether, find a fortress, fight blazes, and combine their drops with ender pearls. The path to the dragon runs through fire. Brewing uses a brewing stand, blaze powder, water bottles, nether wart, and various ingredients to create potions. Potions can heal, harm, strengthen, slow falling, grant fire resistance, improve night vision, allow water breathing, increase speed, and more. Brewing feels like a quieter kind of magic than enchanting. Ingredients go in, bottles change colour, and preparation becomes liquid. Fire resistance is one of the most comforting potions in the nether because it protects against fire and lava damage for a time. Drinking one before crossing lava or fighting blazes can turn panic into calm. Water cannot be placed normally in the nether, so fire safety must come from other tools, potions, armour enchantments, blocks, careful bridges, and sometimes a strider with a warped fungus on a stick. Striders live in the nether and can walk on lava. They can be ridden with a saddle and guided with warped fungus on a stick. They shiver and turn purple when outside lava, which makes them oddly sympathetic. Striders made lava seas feel more traversable and more alive. The nether's oceans of fire gained their own slow boats with legs. Piglins barter when given gold ingots, offering various items in return. They are neutral or hostile depending on circumstances, and they dislike visitors not wearing gold armour in many cases. Piglins also become zombified outside the nether after some time. Bartering gives the nether a strange economy. Gold becomes language, and a dangerous mob becomes a trader for those who respect its rules. Bastion remnants are large nether structures inhabited by piglins, piglin brutes, and hoglins. They contain gold, loot chests, blackstone, gilded blackstone, and dangerous layouts. Piglin brutes are always hostile and do not care about gold armour. Bastions are tempting because they are rich. They are dangerous because the inhabitants know it. Nether fortresses are essential structures for blaze rods and wither skeleton skulls. They also contain nether wart farms and chests. Wither skeletons can drop skulls rarely, and those skulls are needed to summon the wither. A fortress therefore connects brewing, end progression, and the beacon path. One structure can support many ambitions. Ancient debris is found in the nether and is blast resistant. It can be smelted into netherite scrap. Many builders mine for it using beds, TNT, branch mining or other methods, though beds explode in the nether and must be used carefully. Ancient debris feels valuable partly because it is hidden in a dangerous dimension. It asks for patience under pressure. The Nether update transformed the Nether from a mostly red wasteland into a dimension with multiple biomes, including crimson forests, warped forests, soul sand valleys, basalt deltas, and nether wastes. Each biome has its own mood, blocks, and dangers. The warped forest is one of the safest nether biomes in terms of hostile mob pressure, while basalt deltas can be jagged and hazardous. The nether became more varied, and therefore more memorable. The End's outer islands are reached through gateways after defeating the dragon or building outward across the void with great care. End cities contain shulkers and valuable loot, and some include end ships with elytra and dragon heads. Chorus fruit grows from chorus plants and can teleport whoever eats it a short distance. The End has its own strange agriculture, if a purple teleporting fruit can be called agriculture. Respawning the Ender Dragon is possible by placing End crystals around the exit portal in the End. This can reopen the dragon fight and generate additional gateways up to a limit. End crystals are crafted from glass, an Eye of Ender, and a ghast tear. The dragon can fall more than once, which makes the End less final than its name suggests. Maps can be crafted and expanded, and locator maps can show positions depending on addition and settings. Explorer maps from cartographer villages can lead to structures such as ocean monuments and woodland mansions. A map turns wandering into memory. Fill it in, and the world becomes an image of where you have been. Compasses point to the world spawned by default, not necessarily to a bed. Lodestone compasses can be linked to lodestones, allowing custom compass targets in any dimension where the lodestone exists. This makes compasses more flexible in the Nether and End. A lodestone is like telling the compass, "This is home now." Clocks show the time of day in the overworld, but they spin uselessly in the Nether and the End. That little detail is wonderfully atmospheric. Some dimensions do not share the overworld sky. A clock that works under the sun becomes confused under bedrock ceilings or end stone void. Time itself feels local. Weather exists in the overworld, with rain, thunderstorms, snow and cold biomes and clear skies. Rain can put out fires, hydrate the mood of forests, fill cauldrons slowly in some versions, and allow certain mobs or mechanics to behave differently. Thunderstorms can create lightning, charged creepers, skeleton horse traps, and opportunities for channeling tridents. Weather is not only decoration, it is event, risk, and sound. Tridents are rare weapons dropped by drowned in certain conditions depending on addition. They can be thrown or used in melee, and enchantments such as loyalty, channeling, riptide, and impaling change their behaviour. Loyalty makes a thrown trident return. Riptide launches the wielder through water or rain. Channeling can summon lightning during thunderstorms when conditions are right. A trident is one of Minecraft's most mythic tools. Drowned are underwater zombie variants that can spawn in oceans and rivers. Some carry tridents, fishing rods, or nautilus shells. They make water dangerous in a different way from guardians. A peaceful river at night may hide a drowned beneath the surface. Minecraft often places danger below the calmest textures. Conduits, depth strider, respiration, aqua affinity, boats, dolphins, turtles, and water-breathing potions all make underwater life easier. Dolphins can grant Dolphin's Grace when swimmers move near them, increasing swimming speed. Turtles lay eggs on beaches and drop scutes as babies grow, which can craft turtle shells. The ocean is a whole progression space if you decide to live with it instead of only crossing it. Turtle eggs are fragile and can be trampled by mobs or careless footsteps. Zombies and some related mobs try to break them. Protecting turtle eggs creates a small conservation story inside the game. A beach becomes a nursery. Fences, light and patience become protection. When baby turtles hatch and crawl toward the sea, Minecraft becomes unexpectedly tender. Pandas live in jungle bamboo areas and have different personalities, such as lazy, worried, playful, aggressive, weak, brown or normal. They eat bamboo and can roll, sneeze or behave differently depending on personality. Pandas are a reminder that not every mob is primarily useful. Some exist to make a biome feel more alive and specific. Foxes spawn in taiga biomes and can carry items in their mouths. They sleep during the day, move quickly, and can be bred to create trusting offspring under the right conditions. Foxes can interact with berries and other items in charming ways. A sleeping fox curled under a tree is one of the gentlest sights in Minecraft. Goats, frogs, camels, sniffers, allays, axolotls, bees, foxes, pandas, turtles, dolphins, parrots, cats, wolves, horses, llamas, rabbits, sheep, cows, pigs. And chickens all show how Minecraft's world has become more alive over time. Not every mob exists for combat. Many exist for atmosphere, farming, companionship, transport, ecology, or simply delight. Parrots can be tamed with seeds and will sit on a shoulder. They imitate nearby hostile mob sounds, which can be funny or alarming. Parrots also dance near jukeboxes playing music. They are small, colourful signs that the jungle has personality. Minecraft mobs often do not need complex dialogue to feel alive. One dance is enough. Music discs are collectible items that can be played in jukeboxes. Some are found in loot chests, some can be obtained when a skeleton or stray kills a creeper, and newer discs are tied to structures or update features. Music discs turn exploration into sound collection. A base with a jukebox feels different. The world can be mined for music. Minecraft's music is a huge part of its sleepy power. C418's older tracks often arrive softly, with piano and ambient textures that feel lonely and peaceful. Later composers added more music for biomes, updates and dimensions. The music does not play constantly, which makes it feel like memory when it appears. Silence, then a few notes. A world of blocks suddenly has a heart. Sound design matters everywhere. Grass breaks softly, stone cracks under a pickaxe, experience orbs chime, rain taps the world, lava pops, nether portals hum, chests creak open, villagers murmur, endermen warble, creepers hiss. Minecraft is simple visually, but its sounds make the world feel close. At night you can almost navigate by ear. The hunger system makes food important in survival. When hunger is full enough, health can regenerate under normal conditions. Different foods restore different hunger and saturation values. Cooked meats, bread, golden carrots, suspicious stew, mushroom stew, baked potatoes, and many other foods support different playstyles. Food turns exploration into planning. A long cave trip begins with checking the stack in the hotbar. Suspicious stew can be crafted with flowers to grant short effects depending on the flower used, and it can also be found or obtained through certain interactions. It is one of Minecraft's stranger foods because it hides potion-like effects in a bowl. A flower, a mushroom and a bowl become a tiny mystery. Eat it, and the world changes briefly. Mushroom islands, now often called mushroom fields, are rare biomes where mushrooms live, and hostile mobs generally do not spawn on the mycelium surface under normal rules. They feel unusually peaceful. A mushroom island can become a safe base, a strange farm, or simply a place where the world seems to exhale. Not every rare biome is dangerous. Some are quiet. Mushrooms can be milked with bowls for mushroom stew, and when struck by lightning they can become brown mushrooms. Brown mushrooms can give suspicious stew when fed flowers and milked with a bowl. This is one of those wonderfully odd Minecraft facts, where weather, flowers, cows, mushrooms and soup all meet in one creature. Biome variety gives Minecraft much of its long-term wonder. Plains are open and gentle, deserts are dry and temple-studded, jungles are dense and green, swamps are wet and low, mangrove swamps are rooted and muddy, snowy biomes are quiet and pale, badlands expose colourful terracotta, cherry groves drift with petals, dark forests feel crowded, deep oceans hide monuments. Each biome changes what home can mean. Desert temples contain hidden treasure rooms with pressure plates and TNT traps. Jungle temples contain tripwire traps and puzzle-like redstone. Igloos can hide basements with a villager and zombie villager, suggesting curing. Witch huts stand in swamps. Ruined portals appear broken in the overworld and nether. Structures often teach through small environmental stories. A trap under a temple says someone protected this. A basement under an igloo says someone experimented here. Zombie villagers can be cured using weakness and a golden apple, turning them back into villagers after a process. This is one of Minecraft's most hopeful mechanics. A hostile mob can become a person again. The method requires preparation, care and protection during the cure. In a world with many enemies, curing a zombie villager feels like choosing restoration over destruction. Golden apples are crafted or found depending on type and version, and enchanted golden apples are rare loot items in modern survival. They provide powerful effects and are often saved for dangerous moments. The ordinary golden apple is already special because it combines food, gold and healing. The enchanted one feels almost legendary, a treasure many builders hesitate to use because saving it feels safer than spending it. Totems of Undying drop from evokers and can save the holder from death, granting effects and restoring life. They are one of the most dramatic survival items. A totem does nothing until the moment everything would have ended. Then it breaks, glows and gives another chance. Minecraft's harshest moments sometimes have a tiny golden face between you and the dark. Evokers are illagers found in woodland mansions and raids. They summon Vexes and use fang attacks. Vexes are small flying hostile mobs that can pass through blocks and harass intruders. Evokers feel magical and dangerous in a way different from pillagers or vindicators. They make illagers seem not only militarized but mystical. Ravagers appear in raids as large hostile beasts that can carry illagers in some cases. They charge, roar and damage the environment by breaking certain blocks such as leaves. A raid with a Ravager feels heavier than a raid without one. The village is not only being shot at, it is being trampled. Experience points come from mining certain ores, smelting, breeding animals, trading, fishing, killing mobs and other actions. Experience is used for enchanting and anvil work. It appears as glowing orbs that drift inward with a soft chime. Experience is memory made visible. The world rewards action with little green lights. Death in Minecraft can be frightening because items drop unless rules or modes change that behaviour. Returning to the place of death before items despawn becomes a tense little rescue mission. Beds, spawn points, coordinates, maps and memory all matter. The death is not only losing health, It creates a story. Where did it happen? Can you get back? And what did you learn? Hardcore mode in Java Edition gives one life, and death ends the world for that character's survival journey. This changes every fact about danger. A cave is not just a cave. A creeper is not just an annoyance. A fall is not just a setback. Hardcore turns Minecraft's quiet world into something sharper. But tonight, we are not in hardcore. Tonight, the bed is warm and safe. Coordinates help builders navigate by showing position in the world when enabled or available, depending on edition and settings. The first number is east and west, the second is height, and the third is north and south in the usual coordinate display. Coordinates turn wandering into geometry. A base can be found again because numbers remember what the eyes forgot. Seeds determine world generation. The same seed can recreate the same world generation in the same version and edition conditions, though changes between versions can alter terrain. Seeds are one of Minecraft's most magical technical ideas. A string of characters or a number can become mountains, rivers, caves, villages, and deserts. A word can be a world. World generation has changed many times across Minecraft's history. Older worlds had simpler caves and terrain. Caves and cliffs changed vertical scale and cave shapes. Newer updates added structures, biomes, mobs and blocks that make exploration feel different. This means a world from long ago can feel like a time capsule. Minecraft history is not only in patch notes, it is in terrain. Superflat worlds are flat presets useful for building, testing, villages or challenges. Amplified worlds create dramatic terrain with extreme cliffs and floating shapes in Java Edition. Large biomes, buffet or single biome styles in some contexts, and customized generation options have changed across versions. Minecraft can be tuned into many kinds of landscapes. The default world is only one dream. The world border exists far from spawn in standard worlds, limiting normal travel beyond a vast distance. Most builders will never reach it in ordinary survival, but knowing it exists makes the world feel enormous rather than infinite in a practical sense. Minecraft's world is large enough that its limits feel almost mythic. Bedrock is the unbreakable layer at the bottom of the overworld and nether in ordinary survival, as well as part of structures and dimension boundaries. It is the block that says no. Most blocks can be mined, moved, crafted, burned or shaped. Bedrock refuses. A world defined by change still needs a boundary. Obsidian forms when water meets lava source blocks and is mined slowly with a diamond or netherite pickaxe. It is used for nether portals, enchanting tables, ender chests and beacons. Obsidian feels like a threshold material. It comes from fire and water meeting, and it opens the door to another dimension. Crying obsidian appears in ruined portals and bartering, and is used to craft respawn anchors. It cannot be used in nether portal frames. Its purple glow and tear-like texture make it one of Minecraft's more poetic blocks. It looks like a portal material that remembers something sad. Respawn anchors allow respawning in the nether when charged with glowstone, but they explode if used in the overworld or the end. They are the nether's answer to beds, but with their own rules. The nether will not accept ordinary sleep, but it will accept a charged anchor. Every dimension has its own idea of return. Glowstone is found in the nether and drops glowstone dust, which can be crafted back into blocks or used in potions. Sea lanterns come from ocean monuments. Lanterns are crafted with iron nuggets and torches. Soul lanterns use soul torches. Frog lights come from frogs eating small magma cubes. Minecraft offers many kinds of light, and each light carries a place with it. Light level affects hostile mobs spawning in many situations, though exact mechanics have changed over time. The simple survival truth is stable. Lighting your home and caves helps keep many hostile mobs away. Torches, lanterns, glowstone, sea lanterns, shroom lights, frog lights, candles, and other light sources are not only decoration. They are piece-placed, block by block. Candles can be dyed and placed in groups, then lit. They are small, warm, and decorative. On cakes, candles can make celebrations feel personal. Minecraft has huge systems of combat and exploration, but it also lets someone place a candle on a cake. That scale is part of the charm. A world with dragons still has birthday light. Banners can be patterned with dyes and loom patterns, creating flags, symbols, and decorations. Shields can display banner patterns in Java Edition, letting a banner design become protection. This gives builders heraldry without requiring kingdoms. A little design on cloth can mark a base, a team, a ship, or a memory. Signs and hanging signs allow text to be placed in the world. They label chests, leave messages, tell jokes, give directions, or turn builds into stories. The ability to write on a block is simple, but it changes everything. A house can have a name, a path can have a warning, a grave can have a memory. A storage room can stop being chaos. Books and quills allow longer writing, and lecterns display books while giving redstone signals when pages are turned. Written books can become diaries, instructions, lore, maps in words, or server records. Minecraft is mostly blocks, but it has room for writing. A world can contain its own library. Armour stands display armour, and can be posed in some editions or with commands and tools depending on version. Item frames and glow item frames display items on walls. Decorated pots display sherd patterns. Flower pots hold plants. Painting variants fill walls. A base becomes personal when items leave storage and become visible. Paintings in Minecraft are selected from a set of artwork when placed, with size depending on available wall space. Older paintings were created by Christopher Zetterstrand, and later paintings have expanded the collection. Paintings are one of the earliest decorative mysteries. Place one on a wall, and the world chooses an image. Note blocks play sounds depending on the block beneath them, and can be tuned to different pitches. Combined with redstone, note blocks can create songs, doorbells, alarms, and signals. Music can be engineered. A row of blocks and redstone dust can become a melody. Jukeboxes play music discs and can interact with comparators to output signals based on the disc. This is a quiet bridge between music and redstone. A song can become a signal. A bass can respond to a disc. Minecraft loves turning atmosphere into mechanism. Command blocks, structure blocks, and other technical blocks are not available in ordinary survival inventory, but they allow map makers and creators to build custom experiences. In normal survival, they remain outside the usual reach. This distinction matters. Minecraft contains both survival systems and creative technical tools, but not every block belongs to every kind of play. Resource packs can change textures, sounds, models, and language, while data packs in Java Edition can change recipes, loot tables, advancements, functions, and more. Bedrock add-ons have their own systems. These tools let Minecraft be reshaped beyond ordinary settings. But even without them, the base world is already broad enough for thousands of hours. Skins change a character's appearance, and the default characters have expanded beyond Steve and Alex to include more default options. This matters because a blocky avatar can still feel personal. A skin can be a costume, a character, a joke, or a quiet version of yourself. In a game of building, even the builder is editable. Shared worlds change the feeling of Minecraft because the world becomes shared memory. One person mines, one builds, one farms, one gets lost, one brings home too many dogs, one organises chests, one starts a project too large for the evening. A base built by several people becomes a record of personalities. The world is no longer only terrain. It is friendship in blocks. Realms and servers allow shared worlds to persist beyond one local save. Minigames, survival servers, creative plots, roleplay worlds, adventure maps and community builds all show how flexible Minecraft can be. But the smallest shared world can be just as meaningful. 2 beds, 1 farm, 1 mine, and a sign pointing home. Advancements in Java Edition and achievements in Bedrock Edition mark progress and unusual goals. They can guide new builders, celebrate milestones, and encourage exploration. The names are often playful, but Minecraft does not require every advancement to be completed to feel complete. Sometimes the best goal is the roof you finally finished, or the path you lit between home and village. The recipe book helps builders discover crafting recipes after obtaining related items. Earlier Minecraft required more recipe memorization, while modern versions are kinder to forgetful builders. This is a good example of Minecraft changing over time without losing its heart. The crafting table still matters. The knowledge just sits closer to your hands. Bundles were designed to help manage small stacks of items, and their availability has shifted through development and releases. Because update details can vary by version, it is best to speak carefully. Inventory management has long been one of Minecraft's great challenges, and tools such as shulker boxes, ender chests, bundles in supported versions, and careful storage rooms all answer it in different ways. Storage rooms are a quiet art. Chests, barrels, shulker boxes, item frames, signs, hoppers, sorters and colour coding can turn a pile of blocks into a working system. Every long-term world eventually has to answer the same question: where does everything go? The answer can be messy, beautiful, automated, or deeply personal. Barrels are storage blocks that do not need open space above them to be opened, and they serve as the job site for fishermen villagers. They are useful in tight builds and look different from chests. A barrel in a dock, cellar or fishing hut feels natural. Minecraft storage is also decoration when chosen carefully. Composters convert plant material into bone meal and serve as farmer-villager job sites. They make farms feel cyclical. Seeds, leaves, crops and plants become compost, compost becomes bone meal grows plants again. Minecraft's block systems often turn waste into resource if you give it the right container. Fletching tables and smithing tables serve as villager job sites, though the fletching table has limited direct survival use in current vanilla Minecraft compared with many other workstations. Smithing tables, on the other hand, are used for netherite upgrades and armour trims in modern versions. Some blocks are more useful to villagers than to wandering builders, and that is fine. Villagers have their own needs. Campfires cook food, emit smoke, give light, and can calm bees when placed under hives or nests with proper setup. Soul campfires have blue flames and stronger piglin-repelling atmosphere. A campfire outside a base is one of Minecraft's best sleepy images. Smoke rises. Food cooks slowly. The night stays at the edge of the light. Smoke from campfires rises higher when a hay bale is placed underneath. This can create tall smoke signals. A simple farm block turns a campfire into a beacon-like marker. Minecraft often hides these little relationships between blocks. Hay feeds animals, decorates barns, reduces fall damage, and lifts smoke. One block can belong to many stories. Hay bales reduce fall damage when landed on, making them useful around farms, villages and parkour builds. They also store wheat compactly and feed or breed certain animals in specific ways indirectly through crafting or use. A hay bale is not just decoration, it is cushion, storage, farm symbol and village texture. Scaffolding, crafted from bamboo and string, allows easy vertical building. Players can climb through it and break support to collapse connected scaffolding in useful ways. It made large builds easier and safer. Before scaffolding, many builders used dirt towers. After scaffolding, construction felt more intentional, like the game had given builders a proper ladder made of bamboo. Ladders and vines allow climbing, while water buckets can break falls when placed skillfully. Powder snow can trap entities and requires leather boots to walk on safely. Slime blocks and honey blocks affect movement and redstone machines. Minecraft's movement is not only walking and jumping. Blocks can slow, bounce, stick, lift, drop or save you. The water bucket is one of the most versatile items in survival. It can break falls, turn lava into obsidian or cobblestone, move mobs, hydrate farmland, create elevators, push items, extinguish fire, and help climb or descend terrain. A single bucket of water can be a tool, shield, ladder, farm supply, and emergency rescue. Few items are so humble and so powerful. Lava buckets are fuel, weapon, light, trap, and building material. Lava can smelt many items in a furnace as fuel, but it can also destroy dropped items and burn builds. Like fire, lava rewards respect. Used carefully, it is a resource. Used carelessly, it is a story you tell later with regret. Bucketed mobs such as fish, axolotls and tadpoles allow aquatic life to be moved. A bucket of tropical fish can help breed axolotls. Tadpoles must be kept in water or they can die on land. Buckets turn small creatures into portable promises. Carry them gently, place them in a pond, and a base gains life. Villager curing, animal breeding, crop farming, bee care, turtle protection, and axolotl rescue all show that Minecraft is not only about extraction, it is also about tending. The same hands that mine diamonds can plant forests. The same traveller who fights blazes can build a pond for frogs. The world gives resources, but it also accepts care. Trees grow from saplings when conditions are right. Oak, spruce, birch, jungle, acacia, dark oak, mangrove, cherry, pale oak, and other wood types each bring colour and shape to builds. Saplings are a promise that wood can return. Cut a forest thoughtlessly, and the hill becomes bare. Replant, and the world remembers green. Bone meal can grow saplings quickly, but waiting for trees to grow naturally is one of Minecraft's soft pleasures. Plant a row near a base, leave to mine, come back, and the saplings have become shade. Minecraft time often rewards leaving things alone. Crops grow. Copper oxidizes. Amethyst clusters form. Villagers work. Bees fill hives. The world continues quietly. Copper oxidation is one of the clearest examples of time becoming visible. Exposed copper, weathered copper, and oxidized copper show stages of age. Honeycomb can wax copper to preserve a stage, and axes can scrape oxidation or wax away. Builders can choose whether to let time pass or hold a colour still. A roof can age naturally or be fixed like a memory. The brush used for archaeology can also be used on armadillos in supported versions to collect scutes for wolf armour. Armadillos were added with the armoured paws drop, bringing savanna and badlands life along with protection for wolves. This is another gentle system. A small creature curls, a brush gathers scutes, and a wolf receives armour. Wolf armour helps protect tamed wolves, and can be dyed in modern versions. Wolves have long been beloved but fragile companions, so armour gives builders another way to care for them. The fact feels simple and kind. A friend who follows you into danger can finally be given protection. Recent game drops have also added ambient features that make the overworld feel more alive, such as new plant details, mob variants, and atmospheric touches. The safest way to hold those facts is to remember the broad direction. Minecraft keeps adding small reasons to notice the world. Not every update is about a boss or dimension. Some are about leaves, flowers, animal variants, sound and mood. This is part of Minecraft's long life. It can add enormous systems like the Nether update or caves and cliffs, and it can add gentle details like hanging signs, candles, petals, flowers, frogs, or new wood. Both matter. A massive cave changes exploration. A new flower changes a garden. Minecraft grows at both scales. The title screen panorama has changed across updates, often showing scenes from the current era of Minecraft. This means even the menu can become a memory. Long-time builders may remember older panoramas, older music, older textures, older ore shapes, older villages, and older terrain. Minecraft is not one static thing. It is many versions layered in memory. Texture changes over the years updated the look of many blocks and items, but the blocky identity remained. This is another careful balance. Minecraft can change without becoming unrecognisable. Stone is still stone. Dirt is still dirt. A creeper is still a creeper. But details shift, soften, and modernise. The world ages while staying itself. Creepers in particular became one of Minecraft's most recognisable symbols. Their silent approach and sudden explosion made them unforgettable. They also have a famous development origin connected to an early pig model mistake, though the creature became far more than that accident. A shape that began strangely became an icon. Minecraft is full of accidents turned into identity. The grass block is another icon, dirt sides, green top, simple cube. It represents the overworld more than almost any other block. Grass spreads to nearby dirt under the right conditions, making it feel alive. A dirt path, a lawn, a hill, a starter house floor, a sheep pasture. So many memories begin with grass blocks. Dirt itself is humble but essential. It builds temporary scaffolds, farms, paths, hills, terraforming, and starter shelters. Many advanced builders still carry dirt because it is cheap, placeable, and easy to remove. Dirt is Minecraft's most ordinary problem solver. Sometimes the best block is the one you do not mind wasting. Cobblestone is the sound of early mining. It fills chests, builds furnaces, makes tools, forms towers, bridges, walls, and emergency shelters. Later, builders may prefer polished stone, deep slate, blackstone, or decorative blocks, but cobblestone remains the first stone language. A cobblestone box may not be pretty, but it is honest. Deep slate appears deeper underground and has tougher mining speed than ordinary stone. It brought darker building palettes and deeper cave atmosphere. Deep slate ores replace stone ores at lower levels, making deep mining visually distinct. The deeper the world goes, the darker and heavier the stone becomes. That feels right. Diamonds remain culturally powerful even after netherite became the strongest equipment upgrade path. Finding diamonds is still a classic Minecraft joy. The blue ore in deep stone has become a symbol of success, luck, and excitement. Even when diamonds are no longer the final answer, they still feel special. Some materials become emotional beyond their stats. Emerald ore is rare in mountains. while emeralds are commonly obtained through villager trading. This means emerald's identity is more economic than mining based for many builders. Diamonds are found deep in stone. Emeralds circulate through villages. One gem belongs to caves, the other belongs to exchange. Lapis lazuli is used in enchanting and as a blue dye. Redstone is used in circuits and as a potion ingredient in some brewing contexts. Coal fuels and lights. Iron becomes tools, armour, buckets, rails, hoppers, anvils and countless mechanisms. Gold is weaker for many tools, but important for powered rails, clocks, golden foods, bartering and nether safety. Each ore has a personality. Iron may be the most useful ordinary metal in Minecraft. It makes buckets, shears, shields, minecarts, rails, hoppers, pistons, anvils, armour, tools, doors, trapdoors, chains, lanterns and more. Many builders celebrate diamonds, but they constantly need iron. Iron is the metal of infrastructure. Shields block many attacks when used properly and are crafted with wood and iron. They changed combat significantly by giving builders a reliable defensive tool. A shield can stop arrows, reduce danger from creepers when timed and positioned well, and make cave exploration less frightening. A small rectangle on the arm can change the whole night. Crossbows, bows, swords, axes, tridents and potions all create different combat styles. Crossbows can be loaded in advance and enchanted with multi-shot, piercing or quick charge. Bows use power, punch, flame, infinity and other enchantments. Axes can be powerful weapons as well as tools, especially in Java combat. Minecraft combat is simple on the surface, but choices matter. Armour enchantments like protection, fire protection, blast protection, projectile protection, feather falling, respiration, aqua affinity, depth strider, frost walker, soul speed, swift sneak, and thorns all change how a traveller survives. Some are mutually exclusive in certain ways, some are treasure enchantments, some belong to boots, helmets or leggings. Armour becomes a set of answers to different fears. Swift sneak is found in ancient city loot and allows faster movement while sneaking. It fits the deep dark perfectly because stealth matters there. An enchantment that helps you move quietly and quickly is the ideal treasure from a place where sound can summon the warden. The reward teaches the lesson of the biome. Frostwalker creates temporary frosted ice underfoot when walking over water, while Depth Strider improves underwater movement. These two boot enchantments cannot normally be combined because they answer water in different ways. Frostwalker says walk above, Depth Strider says move within. Minecraft often gives choices that are really philosophies. Soul Speed lets travellers move faster on soul sand and soul soil, but it can wear down boots. It is obtained through nether-related sources such as piglin bartering or loot, not the ordinary enchanting table in the same way as many common enchantments. It turns one of the nether's slowest terrains into a road. The souls underfoot become speed. Farms can be manual, semi-automatic or automatic. Wheat fields can be harvested by hand. Sugar cane can be broken by pistons. Bamboo can feed furnaces or scaffolding production. Kelp can be dried into fuel blocks. Iron farms use village and golem mechanics. Gold farms use nether spawning mechanics. Minecraft farming can be peaceful gardening or advanced technical design. Iron farms are based on villagers summoning iron golems under specific conditions, though exact mechanics differ between Java and Bedrock editions. This is a good place to speak carefully. The broad fact is that villagers and golems are connected deeply enough that builders can design farms around their behaviour. The details are edition specific, and careful builders check their version. Edition differences matter. Java Edition and Bedrock Edition share the core Minecraft identity, but many mechanics differ in details. Redstone behaviour, combat, spawning, commands, farms, parity features, and some item interactions. A fact true in one edition may need care in the other. The safest sleepy truth is this: Minecraft is one world in feeling, but several worlds in implementation. Commands allow world editing, teleporting, giving items, changing rules, summoning entities, setting time, and much more when cheats or permissions are enabled. In survival without cheats, commands may not be part of the experience. In creative and mapmaking, they are powerful tools. Commands are like the world's hidden language, able to rewrite rules when allowed. Game rules can change things like mob griefing, fire spread, keep inventory, daylight cycle, weather cycle, and more when commands are available. This lets worlds become gentler, harsher, or more specialised. A server might protect builds from creeper damage. A creative world might stop time. A challenge world might keep the night forever. Minecraft can be tuned like a dream. Peaceful difficulty removes most hostile mob pressure and allows health to regenerate, while easy, normal and hard change damage and certain behaviours. Difficulty shapes the emotional tone of survival. The same seed can be cosy or dangerous depending on settings. Minecraft does not have one correct intensity. It lets the world meet different moods. Spectator mode allows flying through blocks and observing without interacting, while adventure mode limits block breaking and placement based on tools and map rules. These modes are useful for map making, servers, or exploration. They remind us that Minecraft is not only survival and creative, it has ways to watch, ways to guide, and ways to experience custom stories. The Farlands are a famous old terrain generation phenomenon from earlier Minecraft versions, no longer part of modern normal terrain in the same way. They became legendary because the world broke into strange shapes far from spawn. The Farlands are a historical fact now, part of Minecraft memory. The modern world has its own limits and generation, but old terrain myths still echo. Herobrine is not an actual mob in vanilla Minecraft, despite being one of the most famous myths in the community. This is important to state clearly. Herobrine belongs to legend, creepypasta, jokes, and patch note humour, not ordinary survival reality. Minecraft's real facts are strange enough without turning myths into canon. Myths are still part of Minecraft culture. Herobrine, old seed stories, haunted worlds, mysterious sounds, and rumours around structures all show how strongly the empty spaces invite imagination. Minecraft is simple enough to leave room for fear. A cave sound in the dark can make the mind invent a whole story. Cave ambient sounds can play in dark areas, creating eerie tones that are not tied to a visible mob. They are one reason caves feel alive even when empty. A tunnel can be silent for a long time, then suddenly hum, groan, or echo. Minecraft uses sound to remind you that unseen space exists beyond the torchlight. Sound captions can show sound events as text when enabled, helping builders locate mobs, blocks, and actions. This accessibility feature also turns sound into information. A creeper hisses, a skeleton rattles, lava pops, a minecart rolls. The world can be read through ears or through text. Minecraft quietly supports many ways of perceiving danger. Accessibility settings, control options, sound captions, narration, and visual adjustments help more people play comfortably. This is a factual part of modern Minecraft, though not always discussed in Sleepy Facts. A game about building worlds is better when more people can enter them. Settings are not glamorous, but they are bridges. Advancements such as Stone Age, Monster Hunter, Ice Bucket Challenge, and many others guide builders through possibilities in Java Edition. Some are simple, some hidden, some difficult. They form a web of goals without making the sandbox linear. Minecraft can suggest without forcing. That is a delicate balance. The recipe for a cake uses milk, sugar, wheat, and an egg, and cakes are placed as blocks before being eaten slice by slice. Cake is one of the oldest charming foods because it is not eaten from the inventory like most foods. It becomes part of the world first. A cake on a table makes a base feel like a celebration. Pumpkin pie is crafted from pumpkin, sugar, and an egg. Cookies use wheat and cocoa beans. Bread uses wheat. Beetroot soup uses beetroot and a bowl. Rabbit stew has a more complex recipe. Food recipes make farming feel domestic. A field is not only efficiency, it is breakfast, dinner, and cake. Villagers sleep in beds, gather near bells, and panic during raids. Bells can highlight nearby raiders when rung during a raid. The bell is therefore both decoration and warning. A village bell at sunset feels peaceful. A village bell during a raid feels urgent. Same block, different mood. Lanterns can hang from blocks or sit on top of them, and soul lanterns glow blue. They are made from torches and iron nuggets. Lanterns are one of the best examples of a small decorative addition changing building style. A torch lights a wall. A lantern makes a room feel designed. Chains, candles, trapdoors, slabs, stairs, walls, fences, buttons, pressure plates, and carpets all give builders detail. A good Minecraft build is often not made only from rare blocks, but from thoughtful small pieces. A trapdoor can be a shutter, a stair can be a chair, a slab can be a shelf, a button can be a nail head. The block palette is full of suggestions. Stairs and slabs also help shape roofs, paths, arches, cliffs, and furniture. Because the world is blocky, partial blocks are important for softness. They let builders imply curves, slopes, depth, and scale. Minecraft's beauty often comes from using rigid pieces gently. Waterlogged blocks allow certain blocks to share space with water, such as stairs, slabs, fences, and signs in many cases. This made underwater builds and docks more flexible. A stair can be both stair and water space. The grid becomes a little more forgiving. Coral reefs are colourful ocean biomes with coral blocks, fans, tropical fish, sea pickles, and warm water. Coral dies when placed outside water, turning into dead coral. This makes coral beautiful and delicate. If you bring it home, you must bring the water too. Sea pickles emit light underwater when placed on suitable blocks, with more light from clusters. They are small, odd, and useful for ocean builds. Glow lichen, glow berries, sea lanterns, conduits, magma blocks, and frog lights all provide different ways to light wet or dark places. Minecraft gives the underground and underwater worlds their own lamps. Magma blocks underwater create bubble columns that pull entities downward, while soul sand creates upward bubble columns. These columns are used for elevators, item transport, and underwater movement. Two nether blocks create opposite currents in water. Again, dimensions talk to each other through mechanics. Nether wart grows on soul sand and is essential for many brewing recipes. It is found in nether fortresses and bastion remnants. A plant from the nether becomes the base of overworld potion making. To brew, you must bring a little nether home. Blaze powder fuels brewing stands, which means brewing depends on the nether in two ways, wart and blaze. Potions are not simply kitchen recipes. they require danger. The calm bottle on the shelf remembers a fortress. Farms for villagers, crops, iron, mobs, honey, wool, kelp, bamboo, sugarcane, cactus, and other resources show how Minecraft rewards understanding systems. But manual gathering never becomes meaningless. You can automate sugarcane, or you can walk beside a river and cut it by hand. The world allows both engineering and wandering. Sheep can be dyed and sheared, producing wool without killing them. Wool is used for beds, carpets, banners, paintings, and building. It also dampens vibrations in the deep dark, making it useful for stealth. A soft block becomes both decoration and survival tool. In Minecraft, softness can be strategic. Carpets are thin decorative blocks made from wool. They can cover floors, hide lighting, decorate llama caravans, and interact with some mob pathing and farm designs. A carpet seems simple, but builders know how much warmth it brings. A room with carpet feels finished. Llamas can be tamed and equipped with carpets, and they can form caravans when led. Trader llamas accompany wandering traders. Llamas spit when angered. They are pack animals, decoration, defense, and comedy all in one. A line of llamas crossing a hill at sunset is a very Minecraft image. Wandering traders appear with llamas and sell a rotating selection of items, often including plants, blocks, dyes, and other resources. Their trades can be useful, strange, or overpriced depending on what you need. They make the world feel visited. Someone has walked from far away and brought a little shop to your door. The wandering trader can sell items from biomes you may not have found yet, such as saplings, coral, flowers, or other goods depending on trades. This can bring distant ecosystems to a base early. A single sapling bought from a trader can start a forest that your world had not shown you yet. Nether portals can generate as ruined portals in the overworld and nether. These broken structures contain obsidian, crying obsidian, gold blocks in some cases, magma, netherrack and loot chests. A ruined portal is a story fragment. Someone or something crossed dimensions before you, and the doorway did not survive whole. Portal linking can be used for travel networks because movement in the nether corresponds to larger movement in the overworld. Building safe nether tunnels with ice roads, rails or paths can connect distant bases quickly. The nether is dangerous, but it is also infrastructure. A hostile dimension becomes a shortcut. Packed ice and blue ice can support fast boat travel in Java Edition when used in ice roads, especially in nether tunnels. Blue ice is particularly slippery and does not melt. This is one of Minecraft's most delightful travel facts. Boats can become high-speed vehicles on frozen roads in the underworld. It sounds impossible until it becomes routine. Soul Sand slows movement, but Soul Speed changes that. Ice speeds boats, but lava needs striders. Elytra need rockets. Horses need saddles. Minecarts need rails. Minecraft travel is a collection of relationships between terrain and tool. Every road has a preferred method. Horses vary in speed, jump strength, and health, and can wear horse armour. Donkeys and mules can carry chests. Skeleton horses can appear from skeleton horse traps during thunderstorms. The good horse can become a beloved early travel companion. Before Elytra, before ice roads, before nether tunnels, there is the simple joy of riding across plains. For most of Minecraft's life, saddles could not be crafted in ordinary survival and had to be found through loot, fishing, trading or other sources depending on version. Newer drops changed that for modern Minecraft by making saddles craftable, while older versions still remember them as exploration rewards. You may have a horse waiting, and the story of the saddle depends on the version beneath your feet. Name tags also cannot be crafted in ordinary survival and are found through loot, fishing or trading. They let builders name mobs, preventing many from despawning. Naming a mob turns it into an individual. A sheep, horse, villager, wolf, cat, or even a hostile mob can become part of a world story because a name tag made it stay. Some name tags create special visual effects or Easter eggs, such as naming certain mobs Dinnerbone or Grum to turn them upside down, or naming a sheep Jeb underscore to make its wool cycle colours visually. These are playful secrets, not survival necessities. They show Minecraft's willingness to hide jokes in simple systems. The debug stick, barrier blocks, structure voids, command blocks, and other technical items are not ordinary survival tools, but they support creative and map-making work. Minecraft contains layers, the survival world, the creative inventory, the command world, the data world. Most sleepy facts live in survival, but the larger game is a workshop for worlds. Language files and resource packs allow item names and text to appear differently across languages. Minecraft is played around the world, and the same block can have many names in many homes. A diamond, a creeper, a crafting table, a bed, familiar things spoken differently, but recognised by shape and use. Minecraft education includes classroom-focused tools and lessons, while Java and Bedrock are the main consumer editions. Education features are not always the same as ordinary survival features, so it is important not to mix them carelessly. The broader fact is that Minecraft has become more than a single sandbox. It is also used for teaching, collaboration, and creative learning. Minecraft's official update history is long, from early classic and alpha days to the Nether update, Caves and Cliffs, the Wild update, Trails and Tales, Tricky Trials, The Garden Awakens, and later game drops. The details keep growing, but the core remains recognisable. Blocks, creatures, crafting, mining, building, and a world that asks what you want to make. The shift towards smaller game drops means Minecraft can receive focused additions without always waiting for one huge annual update. This makes the world feel more continuously tended. Some drops bring eerie forests, some bring ambient life, some bring flight or copper features. The exact newest details will keep changing, but the pattern is clear. Minecraft is still being cared for. Because Minecraft changes, careful facts should avoid pretending every mechanic is identical across every edition and version. Redstone may differ, farms may differ, villager trades may differ, combat may differ, update features may arrive in slightly different forms. A calm way to hold Minecraft knowledge is to say what is broadly true, and to be gentle with edge cases. Still, the most enduring facts are wonderfully stable. A torch lights the dark, a bed waits at home, water flows, lava burns, sand falls, gravel falls, wood becomes planks. Iron makes buckets. Obsidian makes portals. Endermen dislike being stared at. Creepers make you jump. Diamonds make people smile. A dirt hut can be enough for the first night, and now as the facts begin to soften, let the Minecraft world slow down. The sun is lowering behind square hills. The sheep are quiet in their pen. The cows have stopped wandering against the fence. The bees are back inside their hive. The village bell is still. The iron golem walks slowly past the path blocks. The crops are growing without hurry. The furnace glows in the corner. The chests are messy, but they can wait. The mine is dark, but the torches remember the way. The nether portal hums in another room, but no one needs to step through it tonight. The end is far away, the dragon is far away, the deep dark is far below, and no shrieker hears you. The pale garden stands silent under its pale trees. The trial chamber rests in copper and tuff. Unopened, the cherry grove drops petals in the wind. The mangrove roots hold still in the swamp water. The mountains keep their snow. The ocean keeps its monuments. The stronghold sleeps under stone. The ancient city listens to nothing at all. You do not need to mine another block. You do not need to sort another chest. You do not need to repair the pickaxe tonight. You do not need to find the perfect seed. You do not need to finish the wall, the roof, the bridge, the farm, the tower, the map, or the path. Let the redstone dust go dark. Let the pistons stay still. Let the hoppers stop clicking. Let the minecarts rest on their rails. Let the alley hold its little item and drift softly home. Let the wolf curl beside the bed. Let the cat sit on the chest and refuse to move. Let the axolotl float in its pool. Let the frog blink in the mangrove shade. Let the camel sit in the desert village. Let the sniffer lower its ancient head to the grass. Let the breeze fade back into the trial chamber. Let the warden remain only a distant warning. Let the creeper stay outside the fence. Let the skeleton lower its bow. Let the zombie wander somewhere far from the door. Let the enderman pass without being stared at. Your bed is safe. Your spawn is set. Your home is lit. The coordinates can be forgotten for now. The map can fold closed. The compass can stop trembling in your hand. You are already where you need to be. Breathe in. Breathe out. The square moon rises. The rain begins softly. The torches hold their little circles of gold. Somewhere underground, diamonds wait without hurry. Somewhere in the nether, ancient debris sleeps under netherrack. Somewhere in the end, chorus fruit grows in silence. Somewhere in a village, a librarian closes their book. Somewhere in a cave, amethyst chimes once, then grows still. And here, for tonight, nothing needs to be crafted. Nothing needs to be fought. Nothing needs to be proven. The world will still be there in the morning. The trees will still stand. The crops will still grow. The chests will still be full of things you meant to organise. The path home will still be lit. And you can rest. Slowly, softly, like a builder safe in a small house while rain taps on the roof. Like a torch burning at the mouth of a cave. Like a bed placed far from monsters. Like a world saved and waiting. Sleep well wherever you are watching from. Good night.